From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Oregon Ducks offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. And the Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Moore to the air. They're working that left side. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught over the middle. It's Moore.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
The Ducks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Unloads it downfield. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle. He's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So Clemson's offense has its first opportunity of the day. They're going to have to contend with a group of linebackers, Jesse, who wreak havoc all over the field.
Well, they say speed kills in college football. I think that's what makes this position group so special. It's really hard to get the ball to the perimeter because of these linebackers and their sideline-to-sideline speed. But, David, in passing situations, they can also blitz and get after your quarterback. What's this offense going to do?
Well, remember in our day, man, like you had hammers, right? They were just big physical guys. Now you've seen the positions switch. The bodies look different. They look more like safeties, and you're right. Speed, sideline to sideline, blitzing, so much versatility. Good luck.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. To throw, it's Klubnik. Makes the grab. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin. Grabbed in the middle, it's Moore. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Nice complementary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job in the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Williams. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's first down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physical.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
When you get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell him deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him think I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick. QB, wide receiver on the same page, first down.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Randall. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play could put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
Looking to throw again. He makes a grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Moore will throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Trying to set up the screen. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Such a great job by the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have more speed on the field.
It'll be 3rd and long. Got it in the middle. It's Benson. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Finds his man. It's Benson. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Moore to the air. Fires to the tight end. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the 2nd quarter. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Caught in the backfield, it's Benson. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Caught near the sticks. It's Benson. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. The Ducks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Trying to barge in. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Moore will throw. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many 1st downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. 4th down, you want to be able to pay this thing off and punctuate this drive with a touchdown.
He's looking to throw. Touchdown! touchdown Ducks! Quick strike through the air for the score.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
The extra point here would tie the game. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And that extra point was good, and we were all tied up here in the second. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Turner. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Caught behind the line. It's Randall. Oh, he's got some space. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country. And we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Looking for space, it's Randall. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson first down.
3rd and 1. Everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and I You gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up against somebody else, it's never gonna be a cornerback. That's not gonna happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm gonna go attack and make some plays.
They've made clutch, tough plays on this drive on third down. They need one more on 3rd and 7. To the air, it's Klubnik. Deep shot for the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what?
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Quarterback on the keeper. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Moore to the air. Got him downfield. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's slow. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good to finish things off. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. So after after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Randall. And the returner is stopped. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Got his man in the middle. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
The Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. He'll do it himself. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback and the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big loss.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. To the ground with the back. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see, and the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Austin. He stopped short of the sticks. They tried to pick it up with a screen, but they'll be facing a 4th down. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing he's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
Makes the catch at the 35. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Got his man to the left. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. A linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Moore will throw. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Turns it loose. Finds his man open. Touchdown, Ducks! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's got great speed. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Here's the handoff. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The play action fake. He's going to fire deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. A strike downfield. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He's in open space downfield.
Well, going RPO in that second down, the idea was they were going to have to throw and try to get a big chunk of yards to maybe get the first or set up 3rd and short, but no problem because your quarterback's playing smart football right now. He takes off running when no one's there. Now you've given yourself a good chance to convert this 3rd down because of the quarterback's decision.
Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. On the move, it's Whittington. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Moore to the air. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Benson. It's a seam wide open. The 10. Touchdown, Oregon. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon as trigger men, not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. That drive, a great example of just how potent this offense can be. 2 plays, 80 yards, give them the touchdown. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He lobs one high down the left side. Hits him inside the 20, still going.
I love when you back the defense off of it. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got it on the move. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And listen, I'm aggressive by nature. I'm going for it on fourth down most of the time. But that negative play, does that give you a little pause?
It does, because if you're rattled right now, then you need to regroup, take the 3, and live to fight another drive. He'll keep it himself. He's stopped, knocked down behind the line of scrimmage on 4th and goal, and they'll have it at the 3. Leaves it with the running back. There he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Benson. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work in the final period of this one. He'll pull it on the read. He'll get down to avoid the hit, but he might not be able to avoid this penalty flag. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Moore will throw. Makes the grab. And he's dragged down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Moore. Gets it out across the 40, stopped short of the line to gain. They'll mark it at the 41, and might they choose to go for it here. And the Ducks will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Motion from the back. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And in this situation late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Wants to throw. It's Klubnik. Got his man out of the backfield. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And it's another tackle for loss for this defense. I'll tell you, they came into this game knowing they had to shut this guy down. He's one of the best in the nation, and they've given him the ball a bunch. He's just had nowhere to run, and I don't think anybody expected him to struggle as much as he had so far in this game.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Dropping back, it's Klubnik. They'll run the screen. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
3rd down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out, get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. 4th down now upcoming.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Gets it past the marker. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the 1st down. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got a man, it's low. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Caught in the backfield. It's Moore. He's brought down at the 41-yard line to pick up a 5 and enough for a 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Ducks with the 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Made a defender miss. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Dropping back, it's Clemson. Quickly out to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to fire. That's reeled in. It's Randall. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
To the air on first down. Throws to the tight end. Complete downfield. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen two big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He makes a catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that is the exact opposite what this defense wants. When you have the lead, you can't give up an explosive play or back-to-back explosive plays. Play the coverage where you've got multiple eyes on the quarterback, dropping back, not giving up the big play.
And the Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Gonna look downfield again. He wants it all. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. A few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in and keep chugging and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. As they come to the line on second down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that going for it all. Touchdown, Oregon! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. That last catch puts him over 150 yards receiving on the day.
Reese, this defense has no answer for this guy. And it doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's run or who's been covering him. They just can't stop him.
Wants to throw on first down. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Those corner routes are really, really good versus cover 2. You know, the corner's playing zone coverage, and that receiver can push up the field and really break out between the safety and the corner, and had a lot of success on that one.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. The short hands, it's Moore.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
He's marked out of bounds at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, Clemson.
The Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Looking for a man, it's Klubnik. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Touchdown, Tigers. Fitted in the window for the score. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's perfect. So an 82-yard drive there. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And after this play, the cake will be baked. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee.